beer man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight? Today we're from this beautiful world. Well, today for me it's really rainy. It's really coming down today. We have a great panel. We have actually a nice full panel, and I like this. So, welcome, guys. We have Michael Komaroff. Oh, we got some reverb. Yep. Michael Komaroff. We got Chadeo. We got Miscellaneous Brew Review.
Cheers.
Bumpy Brewery. And Jammer Fan and Beer Man. All right. Thank you guys for being here. And welcome, chat. Let's see. No one at the way. We got G'day just showed up. Jammer's in here. Cheers, you guys, and cheers to anyone else that comes on in. Let's go ahead. Those that know the channel, we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna show our cheese, we're gonna show our beers, and then we're gonna do some reviews on them. So prepare and all that stuff. So, all right, you guys, let's get started. Heck yeah. All right. How's it going? Who's first?
Komarov.
Okay, so first of all, here's the cheese. It's pepper jack. I don't know in this light if you can see it that well, but it's around in a circle, and just some store-bought from a grocery chain called Lidl. It's their home brand. And the beer is from Munich, Germany. It's a Doppelbock. The company Paulaner is from 1634, so it's an old company. 7.9%. And I will pour it in the glass to see what it looks like. Let's see how this looks in the glass. It's, a European 11.2 ounce bottle, but that's life. And let's see, in the glass, it is, kind of reddish, a reddish color, like a garnet color. And you can see there's a lot of carbonation in it. And the head is an off-white, half a finger head. And it really looks nice in the glass. I'll come back around and give you a full description when we do our circle back.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. Today, for my cheese, I actually picked it up on Saturday. I went to Walmart grocery and I saw this and I thought, oh, that sounds good. Holland Kroon chili pepper cheese. They claim it to be super spicy. It's also spicy and creamy. I've already pulled off all the wax on it and cut her up. Make it look like, oh, look at that. You can see the moistness right there. Ooh, yum. And to go with Mr. Good Day, I got myself a Good Night by Oscar Blues. It's an Imperial Red IPA out of Longmont, Colorado. 8.7% ABV. Crack her open. Pour in my glass. Much right there. Look at that. Good. Kind of the same color that Michael has. Kind of a reddish color, almost an amber, dark amber. Very, very hazed. Looks like it's going to be a good one. Nice fluffy bubbles right there. About 2-ish finger head, 1.5, 2 finger head. Cheers. I'll have some information next time around.
Nice. That looks great. Thanks, man. All right. Miscellaneous.
Cheers, everybody. All right. So, yeah, the cheese I've got is from Royal Malhout. This is their Pioneer cheese. Probably butchering that. Yeah, that's the cheese. Very white, creamy, milky looking cheese. Turn that down. Bam. There you go. And the beer I'm going to pair with that is a It's from Stoneclad Brewing Company. This is their Flap Jackson. This is an Imperial barrel-aged pancake stout, 13.8, raspberry, maple syrup, cinnamon, and vanilla. Never had anything from this company. Where are they from? That's right. It doesn't even say on the can. I have to look it up. Next go around, I'll tell you where these guys are from exactly. That's very dark beer. Yeah. Very, very dark appearance. Looks pretty effervescent from right there. It'll fade out, slow up. One finger head, dark cocoa colored. It's going to be different. We can find out.
Nice.
Hmm.
That looks good. Awesome.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
All right. Cheers, dude. All right, Bumpy. Bumpy.
All right. Well, the cheese I have looks like this. This is a black pepper Bellavitano from Sartori Cheese Company.
That's a good one.
Yeah, they use the fruit of the black pepper vine. The beer that I'm going to pair with this cheese is from Spencer Brewery. They're out of Spencer, Massachusetts. They are the one and only Trappist brewery in the United States. This is their Trappist ale, which is basically a Pabst beer. One of the lower ABV Trappist style beers, and this one is 6.5%. Got a good hiss on it. Pour it into my Le Chouffe glass.
Fancy looking bottle.
So yes, it's got a nice tight white bubbled head. Color of the beer itself is kind of like a very rich golden banana. It's clear. It's got plenty of effervescence coming up through, plenty of bubbles. Yeah, kind of the head's kind of starting to form into a rocky head. So
Nice. That looks great.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Cheers. Thank you, Bumpy.
Cheers, Bumpy.
All right. Okay. So get a little itch out of the way here. So we had a jammer. He had to bounce out. Thank you for trying, man. If it gets better, come on in. So I've got another one. I'm trying this again. I just keep trying all these different seasoned or flavored goat cheeses, chèvre cheeses. This is one from Vermont, out of I'll kind of tell you where they're from, I guess. Vermont Creamery. They're out of Westerville, Vermont. And most of you guys can get these guys. If I can get them over here on the West Coast, you guys can get them over there. But this is the Everything Bagel. Yeah, Everything Bagel one. No, it's the smoky pepper jelly one. Sorry. And it's actually got bell peppers and red and green peppers. So they're not some spices, they said, or whatnot. But yeah, it's just in a tube. I'll show you that real quick. There you go.
That looks good.
Yeah. Smells like bell pepper and seasoning and milky. Yum. That smells good. I thought that was the Everything Bagel one. All right. So this beer here, I'm going to try it with a Brett Saison. It's from a local company, Bowie Beer Company out of Astoria, Oregon, just over the bridge from me. It's conditioned on stone fruit. I'll just show you. You can.
That's a cool, you know.
It's like one of their special ones. They don't like sell these. Isn't your commons that they have like in the stores and stuff, like in the grocery stores. It's a 7.1% ABV with 35 IBUs. So it's a pretty heavy Saison. It sounds interesting. Saison brewed with Pilsen malt, Mecca Grade, Vienna rye, and red wheat. I could have had this on the Rye Multi Monday, and red wheat malts and oats, hopped and with Czech Saaz and French Triskel hops. I've never heard of French Triskel before. Anyway, conditioned on stone fruit. Let's pour this. This is a Freak. 8.7, like a couple months old, 2.5 months old. Got a little tulip glass here to pour it in. It's really sloppy sounding. Damn, like cans gone all
Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe.
Nice hazy beer though. Good, not even chill haze, like nice and hazy, like it was intended to be hazy. It looks like a hazy IPA. Poured at a finger head. Nice white, almost yellowish tint to the head. Definitely has a Brettanomyces kind of smell, the bacterial kind of sour vinegar forward kind of thing going on. Kind of a wild ale thing. Yeah, very farmhousey wild. Doesn't have like a funk really, just more of like a lemon sour. But yeah, we'll get into that. I'm kind of looking forward to this. Right on. Let's get back to Michael.
It's good to get away from the Band-Aids and the medical.
Okay, so
it is.
Here's the bottle again. Paul Anner Salvatore. It's a double bock on the thing, 11.2 ounce bottle. And this bottle, they don't give a brewed on date, but it's good until 5/22. So I think they give a year on this. And we will see. If you look in the glass, the head has receded now to just a thin top kind of head. You get a little bit. If you rotate it, you still get some of that, it's retention of the head. And so it is picking that up. I'm going to take a piece of the cheese first and try it. Let's see. It's a little on the spicy side because it's pepper jack, so it has pepper in it, but it's not intensely spicy. Otherwise, it's a soft cheese and similar to others, but it has pepper in it, makes it sort of a nice spicy undercurrent. Let me get a nose on this. It's all totally malt forward. That's all I'm getting, kind of like heavy maltiness. And you can't really, I don't know, you can't tell that there's a lot of alcohol in it by the smell. And I don't know if somebody would say 7.9% is a lot of alcohol, but somehow you can tell a little bit by the smell that it's not a session kind of thing. But let me get a taste.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well,
Cheers.
It is full-bodied and it has a heavy mouthfeel. But somehow, even with that, it's very drinkable. Carbonation looks like it's playing a nice part in it as well. And it's nice with the cheese, from having the cheese first and then having the beer on top of it, because what the beer does is it washes the cheese flavor of the pepper and the cheese off my tongue, which is a good thing. See what else I'm getting. It's certainly more of a malty beer than it's a hoppy beer. The malts it's malt forward. Like I said, you can tell that it's not a session beer because it's kind of like very robust and intense. But I think with the German beers, it's also that they've been making these beers for so long and they're so skillfully done that you can just taste, the taste profile, how well brewed they are. I'm enjoying it. Let me try it the other way around and have the beer first and then another piece of cheese. The cheese seems less spicy when you're drinking it with the beer first, if you understand what I mean. So it's almost like, since the beer is on your tongue already, when you have the cheese, the pepper is having less of an effect if you have the cheese second. So I think it's a good combination, though. And I'll keep sipping on it.
Nice. Oh, it sounds good. Right on. I'm glad that worked.
I'll mute myself.
Cheers, Michael. Thank you. I meant to say thank you last time, but I was muted. But thank you for that. All right, let's get Chadeo up.
Hi. All right, so I am going to start with the Oscar Blues Good Night first. As you can see, I've been sipping on a little bit. Look at it, just lacing all over it, man. Just foaming up the side. Check its aroma. Getting the hops, malts, and a slight cinnamonness, some spice or something is in there too. Let's try this thing. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, that's got a lot to it. It's really good. Getting some pininess from the hops, some caramelness from the malts, slight booziness. I think they try to cover it up with some spices, but I taste you. But moving on to the cheese, which is Holland Kroon from Wally World. Not bad. I mean, it was a half pound of cheese. This was like $4.44. I saw that. I'm like, yes, please. So I have it right here. Get it look. You can see some of the peppers in there with it. You see the side looks a little moist. Nice creaminess. It does have some give, and then it breaks. So that's perfect. The aroma, first and foremost, I'm getting the chili peppers. Some nice creamy milkiness with it too. Man, it smells good. I'm going to dive into it. Cheese.
Cheesers.
Okay. Nice, creamy, earthy. Almost knocked it off my hand. I just fell in love with this cheese. Peppers are there. It's not as hot as they make it out to be. They say it's, like extra spicy or something. They say it's a 5 spice out of 5, and it's like a 1. But it's great flavor anyway. So yeah, it works together. All right, grab a big glob. Almost looks like almost like a piece of pineapple. All right, take a bite of the cheese and then take a sip.
And another cheesers.
Cheesers again. Wow. It pulls the hops out, and you get more of a spiciness to it, but then you taste that caramel on the back end. Man, that's good. That's so good. It works out so well. So far this is awesome. Just how that interacted with one another was exactly how I was hoping it would be. Take a sip of the beer first, and then a bite of the cheese.
Nice. Cheers and cheesers.
Yeah.
A little different. I get more of the creaminess from the cheese doing it that way. The hops are there a little bit more doing it that way, but that malty caramelness is just right there, and it just goes really well with the creaminess from the cheese. Wow. I'll have my final thoughts next time around. Thanks, Beer Man. Cheers,
right,
guys. Cheers, panel. Cheers everybody.
Thanks, man. Cheers. Cheers, Chadeo. All right. We got miscellaneous next.
All right. So last second cheese change because I tasted that and it tastes like absolutely nothing.
All right.
I'm glad I did and I didn't get up here looking like a fool. Yeah.
Yeah, no fool.
Don't buy that.
Done.
So I swapped it out for some Tillamook, extra sharp white cheddar, 2 years over. Yeah, aged over 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah. So different cheese. Still very white. A little bit different. So nice salty. It's got creamy nuttiness to it. Does smell pretty sharp. When you cut this cheese, it is a little bit crumbly. It's one of those like cracks off. Not one of those flimsy cheddars. Taste almost follows the smell, but it's a lot more robust. You get a hefty bit of tang, zinginess to the cheese. None of those salt crystals in there. No crunchy bits, but the flavor of the cheese is absolutely fantastic. It's like eating one of those cheese that has like one of those real long aged cheese, and it's got the crystals and stuff on it, but it doesn't. That's fantastic. I'm glad I went with that.
Awesome.
Wow. If you ever try that cheese that I had, you'll know why. It's blander than mozzarella. Wow. All right, yeah. So for the barrel-aged flapjacks and head reseeded at 13.8, figured that was going to happen. It's got some nice legs, runny, oily. On the nose, the cask is the first thing you get. You're kind of invited by oak, vanilla, maple syrup, like a light tobacco type of nose. Not too strong, and it does smell reminiscent of pancakes. It's got like a little, almost like a buttery kind of smell. It smells like a stack of pancakes. It's not bad. God, I don't know, man. I say all these beers aren't boozy. They don't smell boozy anymore. I don't know. It's there. You know this is a big beer if you smelt it. I mean, to me, it's not so much. I don't know. I'm broken.
What's the percentage again?
13.8.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know, man. It smells fantastic. Jet black appearance. There's still some bubbles popping up at the top. Oily, slick. Looks a little thin. I don't know. Cheers, guys. First thing I've ever had.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
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 It's pretty good. Medium body on it. I do wish it was a little bit thicker. It is hefty. So it says this has raspberries, vanilla, maple syrup, and cinnamon. Up front, you kind of are getting that fruit, that raspberry, along with the strong kick of that cask. Definitely some booziness to it on the palate. It hits it though, man. Maple syrup. It's not overbearing. There is a light cinnamon, so it's almost got like a French toast kind of kick going for it. Raspberries there. Vanilla is good because the cask is very present in this. Boozy. Vanilla's all there. It actually melds really well together. Would be like great for like Stout Sunday or like 11:30 hungover brunch. This will get you right where you need to be. This tastes fantastic. That's a really good beer. All right, so yeah, sweet and stout with savory and salty.
Cheezers.
Cheezers.
Ooh. That killed a lot of the sweet. Brought out a little bit of a bitterness. It brought a little bit more of that tobacco to life, definitely on the palate. Alcohol presence is a little bit stronger, more cask forward. But as the cheese settles, the maple syrup does still come through. That raspberry's gone, long gone in the wind. This is good. I'm very surprised. So I guess I'll take a hit off of the beer and then try the cheese. I didn't have a lot to work with, so I'm glad this panned out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, cheezers.
That's good too, because the sweetness then jumps on the salty, like vice versa. And wow, sweet, savory. It's not as boozy, the sharpness of like the maple syrup and shit complements the sharpness of the cheddar and the cheese, and it makes you get this nice like toffee caramel. Not quite like burnt sugars, but that's good. I'm golden, as Alex would say.
Nice. I'm glad that worked. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. Glad I switched cheese.
Yeah, dude. I already forgot what your first cheese was. What was it again?
Paneer.
Oh yeah,
Paneer cheese.
yeah. It's kind of a dull cheese, huh? Kind of. Did it have much? Yeah. No
We'll
flavor.
talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Do your
All
research
right,
on that before you buy it, I'll tell you.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks, Miscellaneous. Cheers, man. Cheers. All right, man. We got Bumpy.
All right. So for the beer, the Trappist Ale from Spencer Brewery, the aromas. It's got a little bit of a breadiness, kind of a little bit of a wheat type note in there. Kind of sweet smelling, candy-like, fruity, a little bit on the pear side, I would say, and just a touch of maybe something that kind of smells like a banana runt, like, one of those runt candies that's the banana shape.
Nice.
Kind of got that going on. Don't really pick up on any real hoppiness out of this. But anyways, cheers.
Cheers, man. All right.
Cheers.
It's like a light medium body, medium carbonation level. Kind of bready up front. There is that sweetness to it as well. It still kind of tastes like a candied pear of some sort, or a little bit like pear baby food. Not so much banana in the flavor as there was more in the aroma, and that was kind of the banana runt thing. It all kind of smells very sweet. Has a mild bitterness on the tail end. It's kind of earthy, zesty type. That's pretty much the beer in a nutshell right there. So this cheese, the Bellovatano with black pepper, it has a real sweet smell to it. It smells a lot like toffee.
Wow.
Can't really smell the black pepper on it. They barely put any. I mean, it's ever so lightly. I'm going to have to get some on the backside, the back end here.
Yeah, dude. The heel with all that pep, that's a good
I'm going to have to try that afterwards. But, well, I'm not eating that piece.
Shit.
The cheese itself, it's creamy. It's got a nuttiness to it. And there is a kind of sweet toffee-esque type flavor. You get the crunchy from the black pepper. So you get these little crunches as you chew on the black pepper bits. You don't really taste the black pepper while eating the cheese. But since I've been munching on this, as I've been waiting, what I've noticed is that black pepper note comes up later on and it lingers on. Get a nice bit of spiciness going on the palate. It's a little bit of that black pepper. I'll call it heat because it is like a little bit of a zing on the palate and some of the nice black pepper flavor. I'm sure everybody's had black pepper at some point in their life. So hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So I'll have to try to break down what black pepper tastes like.
Never touch this stuff.
I've never heard of it.
I'm busting your balls.
But yeah, so pretty sweet cheese, somewhat sweet beer. Let's put them together. Yeah, see now that black pepper is kicking up. All right. So,
enjoy, Bumpy.
Oh yeah.
Cheesers.
Cheesers.
Jesus, damn mute button. Fart.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, getting the breadiness is kind of cut down when eating the cheese. I'm still left with that creamy mouth feel from the cheese. The cheese kind of melts down as you're chewing on it, coats the mouth. That nice candied or pear like baby food like flavor from the beer comes through with the cheese in mouth still. And then after swallowing everything, really start to get that toffee note from the cheese. So it goes from like a sweet candy, baby food pear thing to even sweeter toffee afterwards. And that and having the cheese really cuts out a lot of that kind of earthy, zesty bitterness. It's not like bitter, but it's very mild, but it is that slight bitterness. But it cuts that right out pretty much. And now that black pepper is starting to come through. So that's adding a nice spiciness to the beer. I think like coriander and stuff like that could definitely go well in a beer like this. Coriander can give off a nice black pepper tone sometimes. So let's drink this. Hey, Telly, how you doing, buddy? I don't know if you can hear him sniffing, but he's over here sniffing around. All right.
Cheers, bro. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, doing it vice versa. I mean, I'm getting the full on beer effect up front with all the beer, and it's just taking a little bit of time for that cheese to kind of really start to come through. I'm kind of left with more of the nuttiness of the cheese for a longer period of time before any toffee note starts to come through. Now I kind of got the bitterness on my palate a little bit more from the beer. So doing it's weird how it kind of brings out the bitterness if you eat the cheese after drinking, but it takes away the bitterness if you eat the cheese and then drink. So
Nice.
very interesting. I am going to try this back piece here. I'll talk about if I get any extra pepper notes from eating the more peppered area. I should, I would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can go ahead and move on, and I'll think of my thoughts and
Nice,
get a
man.
black pepper on that piece.
That sounds good, dude. Right on. Yeah, I like their cheeses. They're great, good stuff. Thanks,
Oh
Bumpy.
yeah, there's the black pepper.
You got it? Yeah. All right.
Heck yeah.
Nice. He's making a sneeze.
What if I was sniffing it?
If you're sniffing it. Yeah. All right, man. We might be getting Ronnie in here, but I'll go ahead and do my review and hold tight, Ronnie, and I'll get on with you. Get you up here. All right, so let's get into the cheese. The cheese is an actual. It's not an everything bagel one, like I said. It's a smoky pepper jelly, and I had a little bit of piece of it on accident. I licked my fingers, and this is good. Looking at it, it's like a.
I think I've had that, dude. I think I've had that cheese before.
I've had it before.
Oh man, it's so full of like seasonings and spices and like bell pepper is like a big kind of like a garden burst in your mouth on top of that goat cheese with the seasoning and the smokiness. It's so great. Let's get it in my mouth. Oh my god, have this on some of your smoked meats or something, man. Oh my fucking god. You just got a perfect sweetness, a perfect spiciness, and a perfect like goat milky, that like just that rich milky with it. It'll make any pepper or spice go down well through your intestines and out your butt. I mean, it's perfect mixture right here. This is perfect. I can actually eat this with the spices. It's smoky. It's sweet. It's like a jalapeno jelly or something. I think that's what they're. I don't know. It's something weird. Or what's the chipotle pepper kind of a flavor, maybe a smoky,
Smoky
sweet.
is chipotle.
Yeah,
Chipotle pepper. Yeah.
it's just so it's savory. It's very savory and almost umami in a way. And then it's like bacon. You could add bacon with this. Oh god, dude, so good, dude. Some candied bacon with this. My god, this is really good. You guys know what goat cheese is all about. The real goat. They actually have sliceable goat cheese too. Like the harder kind. But this is that actual tube kind, and it's really good and mushy in the mouth, as you all know. And most of the chat would know that too, I'm sure. So let's get into the saison. That is really good, by the way. I recommend this cheese. Like, oh my god, oh my fucking god, dude. All right. So saison, Brett saison. Condition on stone fruit. So, all right. Let's look. I already got it. Yeah, let's get a little more nose. So I get nectarine. I get kind of a nectarine, kind of that kind of stone fruity thing going on. Maybe a little orange or even tangerine or something on that level, and citrus side of it, or some lemon. It's really hard to tell what's in here though with the lactic acid. There's a lactic acid punch going through your nose, so it's really hard to detect like actual flavors because it's so punctual in the nose as you breathe it in. It's so like wild and just bacteria infected. It's gnarly. Smells really good though. Smells kind of like apple cider vinegar with a little bit of fruit. In this case, it would be a stone fruit. So it's got that kind of thing going on. Kombucha. Think kombucha a little bit, kind of on that level. Let's get into the drink. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers for cheers.
Cheers.
I got a feeling that's gonna work.
Me too. Already. Cheese before beer, I can tell you, already works. I'm gonna definitely get some more in my mouth though. But it's kind of like, it's very drinkable. It's very drinkable. It's not super lactic acid that you're like, like burning your esophagus going down. I'm actually getting peppers. The peppers are really melding well with maybe coriander or something in this. There's some kind of like heat is really coming out. Anyway, I'll get into the mixture, but the beer, it's a nice mouthfeel. The mouthfeel's kind of smooth. It's just, I'm getting Pilsner cracker. I'm getting a little bit of a Pilsner malt, honey and stuff going on in here. Smooth but sour, tart more or less. Has a little sweetness, some salinity in there. All up along the palate towards the back. It's just got this like sour kind of vinegar forward, apple cider vinegar, kombucha kind of feel. And on the tongue, you're getting that sourness going back, and then it starts to gunk up in the finish and it finally goes down. It's heavier. It's a heavier one. It's thicker. It kind of gathers your mucus a bit in the back. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting like a cracker biscuit or something. As I clench my mouth together, I get more and more bready notes. As bready stuff starts to come out. It's buttery. It's got a little bit of not diacetyl. It's more just like that buttery feeling. It's got like this kind of oily feature on the tongue. As I clench my tongue to my mouth, it's just kind of it's bursting. It's citrusy. It's got a coriander feel to it or something. Some kind of peppery lemon or some kind of weird thing going on. Man, it's good. It's really good. All right, so let's do cheese and beer. again. Well, we'll do it full on. Oh, so good, man. That'd be so good. Cheese would be so good in a jalapeno popper. Oh my god.
Hmm.
Mm. Oh fuck yeah, dude. This is perfect. This is a perfect mix right here. Like it's so exciting. It's exciting. There's little flavor crystals of spiciness all over my mouth. It's milky and pasty and like and that sweet from the smoky sweetness and the umami kind of bacony kind of feature thing going on with the cheese mixes super well with the Brett, that wild Brettanomyces kind of bacteria thing going on, the sourness, the tart. It really, really goes good and it just kind of it melds together and pieces everything together like a puzzle. Everything is just like found right there. Boom. It's perfect. It mushes together perfectly. Let's get some drinks in and then we'll go right into the cheese and see how that changes. And get a couple swigs.
Cheesers.
Cheater. Mm.
Cheesers.
You can still get that lemon. You get the lemon, like a lemongrassy, spicy, maybe a coriander. I don't know if it has coriander or whatever. I guess it might. Right? Would it? Do these have saisons have coriander in them?
Coriander's what? Just like a cilantro seeds.
I guess you can have some coriander in there. No, it's just got that kind of lemongrassy, spicy. But it you get that, and then you take the cheese, and it just kind of washes it away, and the cheese just smothers over the beer. So I think the cheese before beer is better, in my opinion. But either way, they're both good. So it's like either it doesn't matter. I mean, I just think it tastes better though because of the melding, the melding process of it, how it mixes together. It's perfect. If you go cheese before beer, cheese then beer. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. My mouth's kind of spicy actually from that cheese. It's really good. All right, let's get Michael up here.
Okay, so as far as the Paulin or Salvatore, I'm going to give it a 96. So it's a very solid A. I tend to be very partial to the German beers, and it can't only be because they use 4 ingredients and don't add anything to it. It's just their skill level is very high on, and it's not just Paulin, or I like a lot of other German beers too. But I really enjoyed this one. I like double box, doppelbox anyway. The cheese, the pepper jack, I'm going to give a 90. So the combination is somewhere in between, maybe about a 93. So I enjoyed the cheese with it. The combination is an A, the cheese an A minus, and the beer is not quite an A plus plus, but it's above just the basic A. So
Nice.
It's a classic beer, and I would highly recommend trying the different Doppelbocks, both German ones, and there are craft Doppelbocks as well. Trogs in Pennsylvania makes one called Trojanator that's very good, but I don't think that has national distribution. I'm not sure that Beer Man can get that. But
No.
Bumpy, you can probably get it. Miscellaneous, maybe you can get it in Florida. You know, it's a Pennsylvania brewery, but I think they have some distribution.
We get some polliner products down here. Like I said, I've been looking for that one. I heard good things about that.
I highly recommend any of these German beers, and this one is particularly good. Now, as far as extra stuff, should I wait till we go around again, or should I do a shout out now?
Shout now. Yeah, we're at 44. Go for it.
Okay, so Stout Sunday, John hopefully will be returning at 10:30. Jay has been hosting
That's,
in his.
That's the word on the street.
That's what he says. Anyway, we're hopeful, and he says he's coming back, and I'm hopeful. My shout out in the past, it was from last summer, and everybody who's tried these things will remember the Black is Beautiful series. Now, I've only seen them in 16-ounce cans, but somebody came to my tasting on Thursday.
I got a pontoon one that's 12 ounce.
And here's a 12 ounce from Coney Island Brewing in New York. This is.
I got one more can left.
In a 12 ounce can. It's an Imperial Stout at 10%. And I'm saving it to use in a tasting just with one other person who's one of my best buddies when we get together at the end of the month. But one problem you have with the 16 ounce cans, the alcohol can be so high that how much other stuff can you try after you split, a 14.5 ounce can? I mean, you can. It depends on, if you want to walk away or
Literally,
not.
you can.
But, a 10% one you can split with somebody and still have other beers with it without.
That's the ABV on this is 10 as well.
Yeah, so this is a little bit better. The ones, if you remember from, I don't know, I maybe I've done it on one of these, maybe not.
There you go, Michael.
No, yes, you have 12 ounce can too.
From Pontoon.
That's cool.
They got the gold medal.
So have you had that one before?
Yeah, this is the last one I have, and it's a 12 ounce can, just like you said.
I've never had this one, and it's.
John and Nelly said he couldn't even find this. This is from where he lives.
Bill gave this to me, and he said it's not as good as the 6.1, which is the one that I've tried all of others. But
they're on another.
He says it's above average, so I'm willing to give it a shot, and we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to coming.
Keep me in mind if you want to drink that. We could do something.
I guess, but I guess I could find something else to do with my friend. I mean, it's not impossible. All right, so we'll keep in touch in the next couple of weeks, and maybe we could do a Black is Beautiful examination. I can find something else. It's not like it has to be this beer, but it seemed like a good one to do. But look, you change on the fly. But that's all I got. And thanks for hosting, Beer Man, and thanks for having me on.
Hey, thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. All right.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers, man. Cheers, Michael. Chadeo.
Yo. All right. As for the Oscar Blues, good night. As good as I remember it, the first time I had this was right around 10 years ago. I think it was my celebratory beer for when I signed my mortgage, which is coming up 10 years ago in like 2 weeks. Yikes. But no, it's a wonderful beer. I highly recommend it. I think it's pretty national. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys could probably get the Good Night by Oscar Blues, their Imperial Red IPA. But yeah, it's definitely a 97. It's a 97 out of 100. It's one of the better Imperial Reds I've ever had. And for the cheese, I've been snacking. I have about a half a pound worth of cheese in my stomach. So, wow. It's so good. I mean, the price of it, you can't beat that for a half a pound of cheese, 8 ounces of cheese. And the flavors are good. The more I eat, of course, the more like spice I get from it. It's really, really good. The cheese itself, I'm gonna score this a 97 out of 100. It's awesome. Wow. And the combination, I'm gonna sit there right at a 96. It was a wonderful combination, good fun. I pulled some stuff out I wasn't expecting, and it subtracted some things, added, enhanced other things throughout both doings of the cheese first and then the beer first. It was great. Shout outs. Joey Edibles is in the chat. He has a show. It's okay. It looks like this week he has a good show coming out. As for me, I do have a lot of reaction videos coming out in the next week. Some rugby, some Aussie rules football, some classic British comedy. So look for those. They're going to be a lot of fun. Beer Man, thanks for having me.
Welcome. Thank
panel. You. Cheers, chat. Cheers, Joey. Whatever.
Right. Thanks, Chadeo.
Thank you.
All right. We got Miscellaneous next. I just wanted to welcome Ronnie real quick. Thank you, Ronnie, to the panel. We'll bring you up shortly. Cheers. All right.
Thanks,
Miscellaneous. Yeah.
Can I get a hell yeah? Deep diver. What's up, Carlos? Cheers, man. Hope you're doing great. Doing okay over here. Things could be better, but it's what it is. Anyways, the Black Label Tillamook, the 2-year extra sharp cheddar, absolutely fantastic. Very sharp, robust, tangy, everything you'd want out of a sharp cheddar. It's I don't know. I'd like to try that maybe if they had a 5-year. I bet that would be really good. Cheers to you too, Cheryl. You always say hi. Welcome in. It's really hard to put a score on that. I'm gonna leave it at a 97. It's really one of the better extra sharp white cheddars that I've had, hands down. Very good. So for the Stone Cloud, the Flap Jackson barrel aged 13.8. This is really good beer too. It hits on everything that it says it does. And the nose, like I said, it does. It gives you that pancake. You get the maple syrup, very cask forward. Vanilla's there. Like I said, even a little like buttery. Almost smelled like a fresh stack of pancakes. Flavor wise, followed the nose pretty much. The raspberry came a lot more to light in the flavor up front. Maple syrup was mild, not over the top, which, like I always say, it's easy to do with some of these adjuncts. It was nice and mild, kept a good balance. The cinnamon played well with the maple syrup and the vanilla. It almost made like a French toast kind of feel to it, which fantastic. 13.8, huh? This is a heavy hitter, and it's got a pretty good drinkability to it. I will say this: the more it warms up, the more boozy it's going to get. Obviously, aromas are pretty much the same, if not a little bit more mild. Flavors a little bit more stout because it's warming up with the ABV. But this is definitely better than the Evil Twin beer I had last night by a long shot. I gotta put this at a 97. It's a very, very tasty beer. First thing I've ever had from this company, and it's really good. They did a good job with this one, I think. Now for the pairing, glad I swapped. Knocked it out of the park. Like, this beer is very sweet, and the cheese I had was very savory. So contrast, sweet and savory usually goes together in most parts. Sometimes it doesn't work, but that contrast, that's a big thing they talk about when you're pairing like cheese and beer and stuff. You don't always have to have something similar things. You can take two things that are totally opposite. Something like the cheese was sharp, robust, tangy, and then you get the beer, which was sweet, boozy, maple syrup, and all that. It just worked together so well. Like I said, cheese before the beer made it a bit more bitter and brought out a little bit more of the boozy quality. Finished with a nice toffee. It was great. And then when I did the cheese before the beer, it worked pretty well. Or no, beer before the cheese, because then it was sweet and then savory. And it did kind of flip-flop. Absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give it 100. So it was a winner.
Wow.
Really, really good. I wish I could share. I actually gave my wife some, and she's like, that's really good. She was sleeping. I had to wake up and try this.
Cheese in her mouth while she's sleeping.
Yeah. So, no, she said it was good. So, I don't know. I guess it's just not me. Shout outs. Hold on one sec.
Grenade.
She needs to open the nail polish. My daughter, and it was stuck. Anyways, shout outs. Thursday night show Yeah, Thursday night beer sessions. I'm going to do another one of those. Probably have another 3-4 products, depending on what beers I have and ABVs and such. Some people are seeming to like it. I'm getting some pretty good vibes off of it, pretty good positive reaction. So I'll keep with it. You know, I'm not up as much and posting solo reviews because Logitech updated their shit and it's trash. So now when I use my camera on my computer, it works like dog shit.
You can only do live reviews, right?
That's what I'm doing now. People are watching. It's fun. I'll keep it like that. And honestly, I think it brings a little bit more genuine, honest review. If you've never had the product and you have it for the first time, they can see it. You can't edit it. Can't clip stuff out. It's all to the point. So, yeah, I'll run another one of those. Food Friday with Alex is going to be anything with rice. Doesn't have to be wrapped in rice, right?
Rice?
No.
Like last week, sorry, I misspoke and
Any
said
rice
bacon,
dish.
and I misspoke.
So, yeah,
anything with rice.
like a meal with rice, but yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, Thomas Metal 75 Wednesday, 7:30. Wild card for Ontario is going to be at 7:20 with fall beers. I guess bring whatever you think is a fall beer.
All right.
I think everybody else is covered and can handle their own. So cheers, boys.
Cheers. Right on.
Cheers.
Nice miscellaneous. All right. Let's get Bumpy up in here.
Right. So for the beer, I'll just give scores to stuff. I'm gonna give the beer a 94 out of 100. Pretty decent Pabst style beer, 6.5% ABV. That's not detectable, but yeah, pretty decent, but not world class. The cheese, the black pepper Bellavitano, fantastic cheese. At first, when I first started eating it, and I wasn't picking up on the pepper, I was a little bit disappointed. Like, oh, there's not enough black pepper on here. And then the black pepper did its little sneak attack around the corner and started coming through. And it was like, oh, that is nice. The way that it builds up, and then you are left with a nice black pepper lasting flavor, which goes very well with, because you're getting that spiciness. It goes very well with the sweetness of this cheese. It's a pretty sweet cheese. Like I said, I get toffee notes out of it. It is nutty up front, but quite toffee like on my palate. Sweet, anyways. If you were to have it, I'm sure you would pick out in the sweetness. And then, of course, when I had that big chunk with all the black pepper, that was too much black pepper. That was way too much black pepper. So, yeah, kudos to Sartori for using the right amount of black pepper and letting it kind of, you have just one piece, you probably never noticed it at all. But if you eat a few slices of it, you'll start to find it. Nice blend. I'm going to give it a 98 out of 100 for the cheese.
Awesome.
The beer and the cheese, they went together like bread and butter pretty much. Very nice pairing for that.
Cool. Good.
And then shout outs. Alex's Food Friday is going to be on my channel this Friday, I guess. So that's where you'll find it. It is rice dishes.
Huh?
Any type of rice. Yeah. Alex might be at a work gathering, so it's going to be on my channel.
Maybe it's Saturday.
Is anything you can eat with rice?
Just rice. You don't have to bring something else.
Yeah.
Just bring a rice dish. Bring Mexican rice, Spanish rice pilaf, whatever you want.
You could even bring rice pudding.
Yeah, you can bring rice pudding, whatever. And then I just got my normal 50-point inspections coming out Wednesday, Friday, and then after dark beers will be happening on Monday. So at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my channel, Bumpy Road Brewery, be another great episode of After Dark Beers. Bring a dark beer along based off the malt profile.
How
All right,
dark
that's
can
all
you
I got.
go?
Cheers. Thanks for having me on, Beer Man.
Damn it, I'm muted. Sorry. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. So we got Ronnie. Let's get Ronnie up here, man. Do your full thing. Shouts everything
Hey
afterwards.
guys, sorry for joining in late.
You're
I'll try to
fine.
be quick.
Fine. You're all right.
So
Hi, Ronnie.
I got a cheese from hey Mike, from Publix supermarket. It's a goat cheese. I got it for $3.29. It was one of the cheapest ones, so that's what I got. It's really really like hard to get out of the containers. Like I guess mushy.
Mm.
But so I had to kind of like squirt it out. It's really kind of I don't know if that's usually how goat cheese is. I guess that's probably how it is, right?
Right out of the fridge is best.
Yeah, I just got it out of the fridge. I mean,
Oh,
it was
really?
refrigerated for
Wow.
like over a week. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. All right.
So this is I got some slices here. Damn, can't show it. Here we go. So it looks kind of messy. I mean, it's hard to cut up, but it's really mushy. And the beer I got is a regular old Natty Daddy, 8%. It's it is a Anheuser-Busch product. Everybody knows about Natty Daddy. It's the stronger one than the natural ice. It's pretty good, especially the big one that they give the 25-ounce can. It's got a nice kick to it. Gets you in the right mood. So that's how that looks. The head went down. I've been sipping on it. I'll do beer before cheese.
All right.
I mean, I think it's a good pairing. I think honestly, this kind of cheese can go well with a lot of beers. This is a pretty standard American, I guess, adjunct beer. Just a little bit stronger in the ABV, so it doesn't have a lot of taste profile to interfere with the cheese. And then the cheese kind of shines through, I guess you could say. It's not an extremely flavorful cheese. But I saw John Anilli said in the chat earlier that goat cheese is his current favorite. I think it is a pretty good cheese, especially with beer pairings. I would think it goes pretty well with anything, but maybe an American adjunct lager would be a good one because it's like I said, it doesn't have a lot of flavor to interfere with the cheese. The cheese itself is, like I said, it's very mushy. It's got maybe I don't know if it's like a salty taste or maybe even like a bitter taste. It kind of sticks on your tongue. It does stay on your tongue, and so if you do the cheese first and then the beer, that goes well because it washes the taste off of your tongue and like the side of your mouth of the cheese. Yeah. Overall, it was a good pairing. It was kind of spur of the moment. I wasn't even planning on joining this. I was just enjoying a beer, and then I turned you guys on, and I was like, "Oh, I have that goat cheese," because I was gonna join last week. I was thinking about it, so I bought the goat cheese from Publix. And then for whatever reason, I forgot what it was, but I didn't join. So I just left it there because I don't really eat cheese like that.
Right.
And then so I was thinking like I wasn't doing anything tonight, so I'll check this out. I got a beer and I have this cheese. So that just came about.
No, I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
But like I said, I think it goes together pretty well. Are we doing just a grading for the overall pairing, or are we gonna do like individual grades? I missed that part.
Individual and then a pairing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for individual for the Natty Daddy, I like this beer a lot. It's an 8%. I don't drink it that often, but I think if you want to kind of just have the first beer of the night and just take the edge off, it goes pretty good for that purpose. It's not extremely flavorful, but yeah, I mean, if you like American beers, lagers, you like it. So this beer, It's been around for like 8 years or something. I think it's gonna stick around. I think it has a pretty good market. I give it like I give it a 95, 95 out of 100.
95. All right.
And the cheese itself, like I said, it's very mushy. It's hard to deal with. The taste is pretty good. It's not an extraordinary taste, but it's good. I could probably get some more fancier ones than the Publix brand, and maybe that might be better. But the cheese, I'll give it like an 82. And then the two of them combined, it is a pretty good pairing, I think. I don't think goat cheese is my favorite cheese, but it's decent cheese. Going together with this beer, I'll give it a 91.
Oh, that's interesting. Might have to try a malt liquor with that, dude. I'm gonna have to do that now. All right. Dang,
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
think it
score.
went well. But yeah. So thanks for having me on, Beerman. I appreciate it.
Of course, dude. Thank you.
I don't really have shout outs. I think they're all pretty much covered from you guys.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate you being here. All right. Great scores. Great scores from everyone, I think, for the most part. Let's get me up here. All right. Cyrus 2728 to shout to the chat. Thanks guys for being here, for your support. Cyrus 2728, we've got Tommy Carroll, East Coast LQ reviews. Of course, Jammer fans and so many others here. Silver Gold TV, those are the latest ones. Welcome, guys. All right. 91, that's a thumbs up. It definitely is an A for sure.
Oh, Beerman,
So,
I remember now. I didn't join last week because I think you were doing a specialty cheese.
yep, I sure. Yeah, we did.
That was why I didn't
Gruyere.
join. I didn't realize that until like last minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I had this on hand for like a week.
All right. Yeah, Gruyere. Yeah, Gruyere was last year. That was last year. Last week. I mean, that was good. Good cheese. All right. So this cheese, man, was like, it was like I said, like little flavor crystals, just like crazy, like things of joy all through your mouth. The first thing started with the milky goat chevre, which I love. I didn't think it tasted like mold. I saw that comment from Cyrus. But I think everyone has their own thing, and cheese is mysterious in so many ways, the way it's cured and everything. But goat cheese is just one of my favorites. This one in particular, with the peppers, the spice of like, what's the freaking chili again? The smoky chili, chipotle. The chipotle peppers kind of feel there. A sweet bell, like a bell pepper with the sweet, like there's some kind of sweetness in it. I don't know what they put in it. Sugar, I don't know, honey, something that made it nice in the curing or in the actual mixing of it. I don't know if they cure this, but very good. It had like a very umami bacon kind of smoky thing with like this. You could see it going very well with bacon, or like a candied bacon, like with beer and like and lemon juice and brown sugar and butter mixed together, lathered over a smoke. On that bacon. Oh my god, that candies it up so well. And you have that with this. Oh shit, this is just absolutely fantastic. 100 it gets, man. 100 it deserves. The beer was absolutely fantastic. As it warmed up, I got more of the stone fruity kind of essence in there. It was really nice. It still has that kombucha, vinegar forward kind of wild, bacteria forward thing going on. But beyond that, it was a very drinkable, light, medium kind of body. Mouthfeel is drinkable and spritzy and nice. Had a lot of flavors beyond the sourness and the tartness. And I'm definitely going to, I want to give this a 95 out of 100. I thought it was an amazing Saison. So if you guys get your way out here, man, get your asses out to Bowie Beer Company, Bowie Beer Company in Astoria, Oregon, and get you one of these, man. Or if you even, I don't even think they distribute these any further than the Northwest. So, very good. The mixture of the cheese, freaking fantastic. Like the sour tartness melded so perfectly with that milky smushiness of the goat cheese. But it wasn't only the goat cheese. Plain goat cheese has like that like lemon citrusy kind of thing going on, and you don't really get much. It's kind of bland. So not bland, but it's kind of, you get the flavors in there though. Like this one, adding the sweetness, the peppers, the spice, the everything, you know. Very nice. That's when goat cheese becomes very good. Now, when you mix it with this sour tart kind of thing, it just takes that sour and tart and makes it taste like yogurt or some kind of like what this, in this case, kind of a wild, buttery kind of yogurt. It was very good, like a Greek yogurt or something, maybe. Very, very nice. One of my favorite yogurts, to be honest. Not a fruit on the bottom yogurt though. More of a already mixed or already made kind of just you eat it, you know. Good yogurty feel though. It brought out a lot of the flavors that from the cheese, the beer did, and the cheese brought out a lot of flavors from the beer. 100, man. This is a great mixture. I mean, I can't say any more than this. I've had a lot of goat cheeses and a lot of different ones, and so have some of us on this panel. I think all of us maybe. And it's just it's good stuff. If you like goat cheese, you're gonna really like this one. So and this beer is just try a saison with a fruited kind of thing going on, that and with some of this, and you can't go wrong.
I love that style. Saison is great style.
Saisons are great, man. They really are. I mean, this was a 7.2 too. It was like or 7.1. 35 IBUs. 7.1 had a nice sweetness to it. You know, it wasn't super, yeah. And it had a little, it didn't really give me a punch or anything. You know, I didn't really even pay attention to it, probably because I'm already buzzed. But but the beer and cheese for next week will just be another open one. I kind of want to do a couple of these in a row, 2 or 3, and then we'll go into a designated one again. But yeah, open table, 8 o'clock Eastern next Tuesday. Bring it. And Wednesday tomorrow, we have 3 more shows. 2 after tomorrow. All of November is Stout Month. So 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. Be here for an hour show and show off a stout of choice. Be creative. Find something that we haven't had on the panel yet, if you can. Sometimes that's hard. So let's get everyone back onto. I'll just leave everyone where we're at. And we're going to go ahead and close this off. But thank you guys. Good day, man. Yes, 100% for sure. A great show, great show. My kids love goat's cheese with twiglets, umami style baked snack with UK flavored. Can't even talk right now. I can't read with yeast extract. Nice, dude. That sounds kind of good, actually. But thank you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you, panel. Chadeo, Miscellaneous Brew Reviews, Ronnie S, Michael Komaroff, and Bumpy Brewery and Beer Man, of course. You guys take it easy. Have a good night, day, wherever you're from in this beautiful world, but not after one more sip. Yeah.